Okay, so now we're going to start to do Caleb's drawing. Now this was drawn at a 1 to 50 scale, which is the red side here. So you'll see that's 12.2. We know the dimensions of this. When we draw it on here, that's going to be way too big, so we're going to scale it down to 1 to 100. Okay, so remember we said we wanted a good amount of space where the building's going to come to. So I'm just going to sort of make it up to about here. And Caleb's drawing that's 12 metres long there. And then if you think of the side here, it's a 6 metre container with 2.4. So 6 plus about 2.5 is 8.5. Okay. So if we go in from about here, and we're going to do our 12 metres, 12.2, that's going to be where we're going to put our building. And the cool thing about doing this, now I'm just making sure everything's nice and straight and buttered up, is you can actually, because you're going to project it right across, you can draw it right across. Do it really light. I'll have to do it a bit darker for you. Okay, we know our container, if it's a standard, it's like 2.6 high, I think. But if it's a high cube, it's 2.9. So that's going to be, now where's the other square? So we're going to go up to, say, let's make it 2.9. It's going to be quite little. Okay. So we're going up here, and remember we're projecting right across, so you can just draw it right across there. Okay, and that's going to be the height. Now Caleb had put a roof on it, a mono-pitch roof, so we're just going to add another, say, about 500 there, and that's going to be our roof line along here. Okay, so now we're going to do in the container, side of the container here, and remember we're projecting up for that bird's eye view as well. We're going to go straight up, come along, here's the end of the container, straight up. Okay, and that's how wide the container is going to be. Then we're going to, remembering that this is 8.5, so we're going to, we want that nice gap between, so if I'm going to put my dotted line about there, I want to kind of have this even, so let's make it up to about 6, where it's going to, the thing's going to start, and hopefully we'll have enough space, because I need about 8.5, don't I? And that's going to take it up to here, which is pretty okay. Right, so I'm just, remember my butting up, going across, and then going up 8.5, 8.44, isn't it? Okay. So that's going to be the top of the drawing there. Okay, so you can see I haven't gone quite up enough here, so you can fix all those little bits up. That's just my construction line. Right, so then my container, I know they're 2.44 wide, so I'm going 2.44, it's going to go to about there. And yes, I know they're tiny. Okay, so that's going to be that top of the 12. Okay, and then our 6 is going down there, so we need again the 2.44 this way. 2.44, I'm just going to do about 2.5. Okay, and that's going to go in there. Okay. So that is going to be the container there and there. Okay, and that's the front view. Now this one we're going to project down, because that's going to be where we're going to see the front on of, imagine that, okay, front on. Okay, so that's his design there. Now when we go to, we're going to put our dotted line in here, and I'm going to put that at, I think it was 3. So remember it's 1 long, 2 short, 1 long, 2 short, 1 long, 2 short, like so. 1 long, 2 short. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I want that to go to, probably a bit longer. Okay. And then, because I need to make sure that I've got enough for the side, which is going to be 8.5. Yep, that should be all good there. Okay, so I'm going to make that kind of the side of my building here. So again, we're going to project them right up, and then I'm going to do my 8.44 along here. Whoops, we'll use the right scale. Okay, 1.8 point. Okay. And I'm just doing this real quick. You'll probably take a bit more time and make sure everything's set up nicely. So that's 8 point something along there, which is looking at this side here. So at the 6 metre mark, we're also going to have a line. Okay, and you can work from both sides and work in from both sides. Now, okay, so then this is going to help give me where that line's going to come in. So theoretically, it should be on a 45-degree angle. So we're coming in, and now someone's broken my square, which is a little bit annoying, because we're trying to figure out where these things are gonna, that line from the side's gonna come in. Okay. And it's a bit hard when your tools are broken. Actually, see how those ones are joining up there. So then we know at this point here is where our other line is coming down. And that's probably, I think, what people have been finding the trickiest. Where do you put that line? So 1 long, 2 short, 1 long, 2 short, 1 long. Okay, now I know it looks really confusing, but I'll show you in a minute what's going to happen.